Hotep, Black Power, giving honor to the ancestors, the Creator. My sister, Chief of Staff, Brother Harris Abdul of the Street Law Soldiers. My father, my in-laws, family and comrades who are in the ancestral realm, as well as your family and comrades as we speak, as we take this time to ask them for guidance, protection, and direction in our quest for liberation and salvation. One thing I want to discuss today is some of the things that we need to do to bring our people into consciousness. And I mean black, the darkest melanated form of consciousness that the universe has. That the universe has to offer us as melanated people. First of all, we have to show an overwhelming abundance of love and compassion towards our people. If we want them to be on the same page, well, let me just put it this way. If we all want to be on the same page, but for those who are not in the realm of consciousness as we speak, we need to show them, we need to love them unconditionally, meet them where they're at, and have an overwhelming level of compassion for our people. Personally within myself, from where I come from to where I'm at, growing up in poverty, growing up in the hood, growing up among violent home, violent community, violent upbringing, surrounded by drug addiction, pedophilia, murder, rape, despair, hopelessness, jealousy, envy, betrayal, lack of education, illiteracy, high dropout rate, being a part of the welfare system, the food stamp program, secondhand clothing, and the like. Growing up in prison, spending the majority of my life, a substantial amount of time in jails and institutions. And a lot of people may look at that because, white supremacy. First of all, let me explain white supremacy to you. It's just not an array of devils that just, provide hate to the planet. White supremacy pays off to its coons and sellouts. Pays off very well. That's why you have those who have betrayed the black community that look like us. But at the same time, we've been instructed to look at people that have succumbed to jails and prisons as something, the scum of the earth. When in fact, some of our greatest people were in prison. Because why would you put Malcolm X on a pedestal, Martin Luther King on a pedestal, Huey Newton on a pedestal, Jesus Christ on a pedestal, and not put your brother on a pedestal, and you spit on your brother? Because all the names I've just mentioned, all of them have been in prison. But then when your own people have gone through those same channels as a part of their rites of passage, we look upon them with scorn. When in fact, those who do that are those who have jealousy, envy, and fear, mainly fear in their hearts. Because I found out that a lot of brothers that haven't had to go through these institutions and prisons, a lot of them, you know, are mama's boys. And also the reason for the jealousy is because that's one of their greatest fears of being incarcerated, because they are afraid that they'll be exposed for who they are. But if you don't have nothing to hide, you don't have nothing to worry about. So, and I know that, you know, from, you know, your own immediate family, you know, possess that same type of mindset. They don't understand what it is to be incarcerated, being in the penitentiary, because they haven't been. The closest they've been to the penitentiary is their television set of watching movies that white supremacy injects in their heads of what prison life is like. Because they want you to think that everyone that goes to prison is gay or messes with fags and all that, and that's far from the truth. That's nowhere near the truth. Because okay, if that's the case, why is the gay population more strong out here than it is in prison? You know, you have 50 to 60% of the men out here are gay, but maybe 5 to 10% in prison. So it's, you know, it's been a lot of indoctrination on how, you know, we should view our brothers and sisters that have done time. And in all actuality, we should really commend them for being strong enough to endure going through those particular institutions and those, I call those gladiator schools and gladiator academies, and as well as plantations. Yeah, so, you know, and you know, personally, as far as me, you know, that's one of the best things that happened to me in terms of me growing up in the prison system and understanding a whole lot about life, a whole lot about myself, becoming conscious, becoming a scholar. You know, and a lot of people ask me, you know, what did the time do to me? No, it's not what did the time do to me, it's what I did to the time. You know, I became a scholar as well as a warrior. You know, and it's what you do with any time. It depends on, it doesn't matter where you at. You know, because it's, you know, there's people out here that are 14 karat dumb. They've been out here all their lives that don't have any idea about black consciousness. All they know is to be a good nigga, work every day, get a gold watch at the end of 30 or 40 years of labor. If you survive, because white supremacy and racism works from the inside out. In other words, you know, getting up every morning, being somewhere at the same time, not able to miss a day, and if you miss a day, you're worried what's being said, whether you're gonna lose your job or not. You know, the pressure of bills and not being able to do the things that you want to do, always barely having your head above water. You know, as the years go by, that shit starts to eat away at your kidneys and your liver. You begin to be angry. You begin to be hostile. You know, most of you turn to alcohol and drugs, promiscuity, fucking with somebody on the job, or trying to fuck everybody on the job. Chasing, trying to replace a feeling, to chase a feeling, to chase a feeling, to replace a feeling. You know, because feeling and failing run hand in hand. You know, and once again, you know, for me, being in prison, being homeless, from being in the military and high school, you know, and being in the streets, going to war. Because we all, like I said, post-traumatic stress disorder, post-traumatic slave syndrome. You know, which I know I've acquired from being in the streets, and hereditary from my ancestors' DNA from slavery. So, you know, we have to, in order to get better, you have to acknowledge that the situation or the problem exists, that it's there, and then you begin to combat it, work on it, you know, get rid of it and move on to the next level. You know, and I say these things because I'm trying to get a message across, because there's somebody out there that is struggling with something, that is suffering, that their pride won't allow them to step forward and say, I need some help. You know, I'm tired of trying to, you know, conceal this particular behavior or this particular issue that's eating me up. Although most people can see you better than you can see yourself, because a lot of times when you think you're fooling somebody or think somebody don't know, most of the time everybody knows. But, you know, nobody, you know, everybody, you know, the black community has this thing where we allow our brothers and sisters to suffer in silence. You know, this silent consent shit. You know, I'm not going to say nothing because I don't want somebody to be mad at me or blah, blah, blah. You know, instead, if you love somebody, you want to save their life, you know, you go ahead and jump out there and not worry about what they may think of you or if they catch an attitude, because most of the times, if it's not true, you don't have to worry about an attitude. But if it's true, then, oh well, so be it. At least you made an attempt to try to save that person's life. You know, so, it's just, you know, I've seen so much stuff in family, friends, and the community that is beginning to become so disheartening to watch our people self-destruct. You know, and it's not a beautiful thing to watch. You know, your loved ones or your associates or your comrades, you know, literally die in front of your face. You know, so you know, this thing about like, once again, I was listening to a few and discussing some things with some of my comrades, and I want to give Hoteps and Black Pals to all the brothers and sisters that are fighting for liberation and salvation, that are conscious, that are trying, you know, that are making some type of change, not only within themselves, but doing some things to change the community, to change their surroundings. You know, because it's going to take a race of people. It's going to take a nation for us to battle this cracker. We're gonna need everything that we can possibly muster to get over the hump of oppression. Because I know you're tired of being oppressed. You're tired of suffering. You know, and I'm not just talking about materialistic things. I'm talking about, you know, the having the mind, body, and soul, excuse me, of being free, of freedom, of liberation, where you can watch your children grow up liberated without having to worry about being murdered by this goddamn demon, this ice ape, this motherfucking savage. You know, Donald Skunk has given the cracker permission to annihilate us. And these motherfuckers are walking. Philando Castile, you know, all these the killers of these brothers have walked. And then when you get, you know, when you get the mother saying that, you know, it's okay, you know, that you know, in the end it's going to be okay. You know, that sounds like slavery. That's slavery. You know, it's time for us to wake up. You know, it's time for us, and the only way that we're gonna have liberation and salvation. You can say what you want. That praying and all that hooping and hollering and protesting and marching is not gonna get it. The only way we're gonna get liberation is through the gun. You can get on one knee, you can protest, you can climb the motherfucking flagpole. The only way we're going to be liberated is we're going to have to take our goddamn liberation. We're going to have to take our fucking reparations. It's not going to work no other way. Name one way that, put in your comment box, in my comment box, a way that it will work. Because don't come to me with that government shit. You know, taking some cracker to his own court. I don't care how many books you read out of his laws in his face. You're still not gonna, it's still not gonna be adhered to, or they're not gonna abide by. We need our own government. And don't say that his government was our government. I don't want to hear that shit. Only way we're going to get our liberation and salvation, we're going to have to take it. I know no other way. I know no other way. Because all other ways have been attempted. Not only once, but several attempts at all other ways. You know, and all these niggas that's in the way, they got to be eliminated. Al Sharp, all them motherfuckers got to be eliminated. You know, even, you know, to be honest, even Dick Gregory was an agent. You know. And see, a lot of times we don't want to hear the truth about some of our so-called leaders. Yeah, they had good information and they stood up for a lot of stuff, but they still collaborated with the enemy. They still collaborated and negotiated certain terms and agreed to just go a certain distance in terms of fighting for our liberation to a certain degree. It's just that simple. You know, the bottom line. You know, because a lot of you don't want to fight. A lot of you want to try to find any other way. But Donald Trump has he offers us up every day. Every day. He tells the police to, you know, just sling their ass. Sling them niggas. Fuck them. I give y'all permission. Throw their asses head first in the goddamn car. Kill them. They shooting on YouTube. Shooting us and killing us on fucking YouTube. And then people who stand up like Darren Seals and hundreds of others have been murdered, have been assassinated. And what's the response to that? Zero. See, what we do is race to the goddamn camera to see if we're going to be the first ones to put the news on social media so we can get a lot of hits. A lot of you motherfuckers do that. I don't get a dime from these motherfuckers. And I'm not looking for shit from them. You know, I just use these motherfuckers as a way to convey my information to those who are interested and have enough heart to hear the fucking truth. I'm not in no goddamn studio, no luxury, glamorous studio. Because what's behind me is not important. It's what's in front of your motherfucking ass is what's important. You know, and we into this face shit. We into being cute. All this bullshit. You know. So my message to my brothers and sisters once again, it's time to stand up, y'all. Shit ain't getting no better. War is coming at an escalating scale, and the color of your fucking skin will be your uniform. Plain and simple. Just want to say that. Give it a minute to jail. Because I get calls from people. Well, you know, you shouldn't say nothing like that. Cause come on, man. War is the goddamn answer. War is the answer. The white boy keep pushing you. George Zimmerman floating around in an inflatable pool, multimillionaire for killing Trayvon Martin, 17-year-old child. But yet you worrying about beefing over a record deal and all this old shit. And all we still want to do is dance and have a good goddamn time. Life is one big goddamn party. Get rid of the sellout niggas, the collaborators. Get rid of the house niggas, so we can move in on the plantation. Burn the plantation down and everybody's in it. Build our own house. And take care of self. We keep trying to make white supremacy work for us when it doesn't. Now we're on the football field on one knee. And the bottom line is, they don't give a fuck. They'll get down with you. Long as you don't leave the field. Long as you don't leave the field. Nigga, when we get up, get that helmet on, nigga, and get on that cotton field and pick that cotton. Yeah, I'm gonna play like I'm with you. But once you motherfuckers start leaving this goddamn field and refusing to play, first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna go out in the street and have walk-ins. We still gonna have football every Sunday. But when the walk-ins don't walk in, when the walk-ins walk off, brothers, you have enough resources to create your own teams. You have coaches that know how to. You have black coaches that know how to coach. We have blacks that know how to run companies and organizations. There's no excuse. There's no excuse. That's 10, 20,000 jobs, building stadiums all around the country, and each city building a stadium. You know. My next video, I'm telling you now, I'm going in on a couple of y'all asses. So look out. You know, because you need, a couple of you all have done some real foul shit, and enough is enough. You know, I'm not going to say who it is. I'm not going to say who it is.